Hey YouTube, so I'm trying this camera without the shotgun mic this time to see if the lens is noisy. I'll crack open a beer here and have a beer quick. One beer a night makes you sleep. Okay, so in the last video, last video I made about my Avalanche, I read the comments and I'm not going to respond to all of them because there's way too many to respond to. So what I was going to say is the Chevy Avalanche doesn't burn oil. I should have clarified, does not burn oil when you drive it. It only burns oil at startup. Now, it hasn't done it all the time, but it'll do it, on and off. But it's an issue that needs to be fixed. Which with high miles, you either fix or you either buy a new car like I did and make payments. I don't know. I rather I used to like to fix, but I rather have new, to be honest. And I don't know. That's just my opinion. I also forgot to mention that the reason why it starts weak, I had the battery tested and the starter is going out on it, which is expected for original starter on there, 214,600 miles. And you'll hear the washing machine going upstairs too, so don't mind that. I took the door off my furnace so it won't turn on and make noise, because I like to vlog down here next to that nice car there. I turned autofocus off while I'm vlogging. It's got the screen on there, so server autofocus. I shut that off on a touchscreen. So, also the Avalanche, the transfer case, what I plan to do is when it warms up, and it's not leaking a substantial amount of transfer case fluid, and I don't drive it that much anyway, so it doesn't really matter, because I don't take it on lawn trips. That's what I bought that new car for. The car, computers, probably gonna have issues. I don't know. I haven't had any issues. My dad said today, what did you learn on buying a Ford? I learned not to buy a Ford again. Well, I used to be a Ford guy. Now I'm a Toyota. Kind of a Chevy fan still. I don't really hate Chevy, but Chevy has their, they all have issues. They're all junk. Yeah, when you're a mechanic, you work on it, they're all junk. I don't care what it is. They all break down. Now, I had a 2004 F-150 5.4. Yeah, the 3 valves. Didn't know about the cam phasers, but I never had any issue with it when I had it. I only had it for 9 months. I thought it didn't sound right. It was ticking. 2004 was the worst year. Traded it off because the battery kept draining. Thought it was just because of that pickup. They couldn't trace the draining flaw. So later on, I got a 2007 Ford F-150. Had 50,000 miles on a crew cab FX4. Very nice one. I loved it. Didn't tick. Didn't sound like a diesel. Run good. I've had that probably for a year. And the battery kept draining on it again. In the wintertime, when it was cold like this outside, you go to start it next day, it'd be dead. I don't know what the deal was. So one night, I look out, and this is back when I lived on the farm, I looked out and the headlights were on the F-150. And I had the headlight selector on off. I could not figure out for the life of me why in the hell the lights come on when the headlight selector was off. Now, it wasn't the dome lights inside the cab, because you think with cold the door would flex. It's happened with my Avalanche. It's old, and any vehicle could do that. It wasn't that. I was really surprised. It was the headlights come on, and they, it had auto headlights. It had fog lights where you pull out and everything. The fog lights were pulled out, so I pushed it in, turned it off, and it was clicking inside. Something was clicking in the back. Click, 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 and the lights were flickering. no one's me, as stupid as I was, I put the key in there and I tried to start it, and it went click, 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 and it tried to keep starting and starting and starting and starting. It was clicking and clicking. The solenoid was, the battery was dead. And it was like 30 below zero outside, and it's the middle of midnight, 3 in the morning. I had to dress up, get all warmed up, get my coveralls on. Had to go up in the shop, had to get a bunch of tools to disconnect the battery in the middle of 3 in the morning because the starter wouldn't stop clicking and trying to start. So I disconnected that. Next morning I tested the battery. Fine. But it was a little weak, so I put it on the battery charger. Had it on trickle. Had it on there for a good day. Took it off and tested it. Perfect. So I said, yeah, maybe it's just a little flaw. So I put the battery back in there. And this time I left the headlights and fog lights off. And left the auto off, because I thought, well, maybe that's the problem. Did it the next time, the very next night. It was clicking away and lights were on. And I said, that's it, I'm getting rid of it. So I sold it and I got a 2009 Chevrolet Silverado, extended cab blue. It was only 2 years old and it had over 200,000 miles on it. Got it pretty cheap. Ran good. 5.3 Vortec, love them Vortecs. 5.3s, I love 5.3s. That's why I love my Avalanche engine. Not the older ones, the newer engines, but the newer engines had burned oil, I see. Now, the Avalanche, it's an older 5.3, doesn't have much power as the newer 5.3s. That's why I like the newer 5.3s. The cylinder deactivation, I didn't like that though, but... So I got rid of that pickup because the radio wasn't working, it had electrical problems, and I don't know, they couldn't pinpoint it, so I just got rid of it. And then I've had a lot of vehicles in my life. I purchased a 2002 Chevrolet 2500 heavy duty. Now this was the very first year, I think. Was it 2002? I think so. Very first year the 6-liter come out. We're a little bit leery of them problems they had with them. It was green. It had a nice grill guard on it. Brand new tires, white leather tires, crew cab. I think it was a lawn box. I don't remember, but it was a very nice truck. Poor mileage, but ran good. Rear end bearings were shot again. Of course, that's a Chevy thing. Replaced that. It's a normal thing, and it had like 121,000 miles. Wish I would have kept it. Only paid $12,000 for that. That was back in 2010 or 11 or whenever it was. I don't remember. I think it was 2011. Yeah. Oh, I miss that thing. Somebody bought it kind of locally around here, but it disappeared now. So I imagine probably quit working, or they sold it, or got in an accident. Who knows? And then I had an HHR. Don't even want to talk about it. It had 200,000 miles on it. Total junk. Wouldn't shift for nothing. Then I had a 2009 Toyota Corolla. Now, the reason why I got rid of that one is the payments were too high. Toyota are known to be too high on payments, and you could never refinance it to get it cheap. So I got rid of it because the payments were high, not because there was any problems. Got it, had 28,000 miles on it. It was probably only 3-4 years old when I got it. I don't go very many miles. It was a 4-speed. It's sport. It's a sport. Black seats inside with blue dots. Pretty cool. Clock is an annoying spot, but I love that car. It's had the same engine as my new Toyota. 1.8 liter, 132 horsepower engine. Now, this one has a CVT, and that other one didn't. So, I don't know. I never had any problems with that transmission in that other one. Perfect. It'd always start 30 below zero. It sat outside. It'd fire up no matter what temperature it was. I never had a problem with it. Had to sell it, like I said, because of the payments. Then I had a 454 1998 GMC. with straight pipe exhaust. I don't think I have videos of that. No, I forgot. I don't know what I did with videos for that. That one was abused. I know that. I only paid like $2,500 for it. 100,000 miles on it. Pretty wore out. Burned oil a little bit. Little. Not much. And then I got that 2012 Ford Focus. And I thought, I'll give Ford one more chance. I said, one more chance. Guess what Ford does to me? A little bit over 4 months of having it, transmission issues, one after another after another. Engine was perfect, had very good mileage, and the 6-speed dual clutch transmission, power shift. It had 35,000 miles on it. I didn't pay very much for it. I don't know, 13,000 or something, I don't know. White, you know, same color. I guess I don't really care what color it was. Then I started having with it shuddering and shifting gears. If you check way back in my previous videos, you'll see all the complaints. I was complaining all the time with that thing. All the time. So all I ever did is complain with that thing. So I had it up to a Ford dealership, and they had it reprogrammed probably 5 times in the past 3 months. It still wouldn't work. They claim that it's the driver. They said it's me. They said I have to abuse it, I have to floor it, I have to treat it like crap. And I'm like, seriously, you treat a car like crap? I mean, if you want a good vehicle and you want to treat it like crap, why? I mean, why do that? So I said, okay, I'll do it. So I floored it, redlined it, did everything to it. Made it worse. I got a recall in the mail where the impact seals or the transmission seals go out and leak oil into the dry clutch, or I don't know if it was a wet clutch or dry clutch. I think it was dry clutch, and it started shuddering and slipping really bad and jumping gears. So they tore it all apart, put new clutches in. Worked good for 2 weeks, and then it stopped working again. So I all of a sudden I was going down the road around town, thank goodness. Nothing. Went to the floor, nothing. Check engine lights flashing, D lights flashing. I didn't film it. Wouldn't do nothing. Just shuddered. It was shuddering like this. It wouldn't do nothing. That's all it would do. It would just shudder. You know, the stupidest thing I did is shut it off. Never did get it started. So I had to take the negative battery post off, wait 30 seconds, put it back on, fire it up, and away I went again. So I said, there's no sense in making payments on a, I'm gonna swear, no reason to make fucking payments on a stupid car that has to be in a dealership every single day, and you have to take it 50 miles away to the dealership because there's no Ford dealerships around here that'll work on that warranty stuff. And I'm like, when the warranty runs out and you're done paying for it, you got a piece of shit on it anyway. And it had 45,000 miles on it when I traded it off, and it still was a piece of shit. And another thing is, the heater core never worked on it. Never warmed up. 30 below zero, you have your coveralls on, and you're freezing your ass off driving down the highway. It would not warm up. The thermostat, you put a new one in, it would keep going down on cold when you're going down the highway at 70 miles per hour. It wouldn't stay on normal. It would go down on cold. I'm serious. I've never seen a vehicle do that before. They flushed it out. They did stupid stuff like this. Still didn't work. So I said, that's enough. I got rid of it. I think I got it, traded it for some other vehicle. I can't remember what it was, but no, I just got, I got rid of it for my Avalanche. That's right. About 2 years ago I got my Avalanche, and I actually was going to buy a 2012 Chevy Equinox, and I'm sure glad I didn't buy them because they have problems. Bad. My grandma just bought one not too long ago, and it has like 50,000 miles on it. It's a 2013, and it works alright. I mean, it's got that dual clutch crap in there. I hate it. I drive it. It's all-wheel drive, and it shudders, and I don't like it. But I mean, she don't drive it very much, and she needed something new, so that's kind of a history on not all the cars I had, because I had a Kia car, and I love Kias too. I actually love Kias. I wouldn't mind having a Kia, but you know, only Kia dealer around here is like 100 miles away. Who's gonna fix it if it breaks down? 100 miles away? I'm not doing that. Volkswagen, not a fan. I mean, we've had a diesel Volkswagen Beetlebug once with 300,000 miles on it, manual shift, and it ran, but it did quit working eventually. Got wore out. Yeah, I don't know. Personally, the only vehicle I've ever had good luck with, guys, is a Toyota. I mean, I'm serious. That 2009 Toyota I see has a lot of complaints of burning oil on the internet, but mine did not burn oil. You know, like I said, it ran fine for me. I never had an issue with it at all. It got through the snow better than the Focus. The Focus would get stuck all the time. Piece of crap. You put new tires on, you still get stuck. Take the traction control off. You have to click about 50 million buttons to get to it. That was stupid too. I hated that. So I learned to stay away from Ford, and I think you guys should too. If you guys have a a Ford Focus in general, like a 2011, 2010 or whatever, get rid of it. You're going to regret having it. I have a 2016 Toyota Corolla LE Plus. We'll see how the CVT transmission does. So far, I love it. Like I said, it doesn't shudder, it just goes. And is it going to be reliable in the future? We'll see. My Avalanche, as for that, we're going to keep it. We're going to fix the starter, the gas air vent problem, the oil leak. It has an oil leak. Yeah, not bad. Valve covers. Transfer case, the oil consumption, who cares? As long as it's not off of full and on add, it's fine, run it, right? Check engine lights on because of the gas canister. The Toyota Tacoma, we are going to fix that because that is my truck. I traded my four-wheeler for that truck. We're going to get an engine for it, and probably, I don't know if that'll replace the Avalanche, I don't know. But the rest is not bad on there. The frame is perfect. We checked it out. Frame is great shape. Everything is in great shape on that thing. Just a little bit of rust on the body, which can be fixed. It's not bad. And the Toyota Tacoma has only 120,000 miles, original miles. And it's been around this area all its life. So we know where it's been. It's a 1995 2.7 liter, I think, electronic fuel injection. One of the very first ones, electronic fuel injections. And it has 4x4 and it's a 5-speed manual. So I'm going to do a better review of it sometime in this next week or whenever it warms up. And, you know, show you guys a little bit more about it. It needs some tires, you know. It's been sitting for 5 years and then hasn't ran because the engine threw a rod through the block. So, alright, well, anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I did 2 special videos today, one boring vlog and this video. I hope you enjoyed it. So there will be no videos for probably tomorrow, but the next day I'm sure there will. You know how I am. I always say there's no videos, and by golly, I make another video. I lie. I just do it because you guys enjoy it. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. and I'm excited for the spring for new videos. I'm gonna spice it up a little different, but we're still gonna do the cold starts and stuff like that. But it's just gonna be, you know, other things. I'm not gonna say. Just enjoy it. I'm gonna turn the autofocus on so you can hear the clicky click. There you go. Alright guys, hope you enjoy this 20-minute video. And now I gotta edit on my computer because the camera cut it off because it only reaches a 4 gig limit and then splits the video. Talk to you guys later.